It's nasty, it's windy out, it's disgustingly winter, and that's why I'm going to recommend the Blade Inductrix FPV. You can take your flying indoors and have tons of fun. Let's go check it out. Let's get right into some flight footage, and then I'll kind of give you the ins and outs of the quad after. So here we go. I got some gates set up in my basement, heading right for the tiny whoop gate, and then the rack for the pool table right through the rack. Pretty cool little shot there, right? And then through the elliptical, and then back through some gates, through the weight rack, and then more gates. Kind of an intricate course I got set up here in the basement. Really like flying around down there, and this quad is so stable. You can go right through the tunnel, a little bit of a hiccup right here, but stays in the air because it flies so stable. Through the slide, under the table, and then back through the elliptical, and then back around by the pool table, and then loop it around through the triangle, and then back through the gates. Maybe not the best course setup, but I think it was a good demonstration of how maneuverable and what a stable flyer this quad is. And it's just a lot of fun to fly it around, see which type of objects you can fly through. Like I borrowed this tunnel from my daughter so I could fly through it. She won't need it till summertime anyway. And sometimes she goes down the basement and plays with it anyway, so everybody wins. And back through the gate here. And then one more time through the triangle, and then I believe I go through the gate and upstairs here. Yep. So I'm gonna go upstairs here and kind of test the range on the FPV and on the control from the transmitter, and all of them very good. I'm gonna loop around here and kind of hit the wall a little bit, overshot the turn there, my bad, and then back in through the kitchen, underneath the chair, and then we're gonna go back downstairs here, and very stable flyer. And under the desk, under the pool table, and then back up through the triangle. So you can fly into some really tight spaces with this quad, and it flies super stable, and it also has the ducted fans, so if you do hit something, it's not gonna be too big of an issue. Most of the times you're just gonna bounce off whatever you hit, whether it be a person, a wall, or some sort of object like one of the posts down there in the basement or something like that, or even if you hit the triangle there, odds are you're gonna knock the triangle over and stay in the air because this one flies so stable around the Stormtrooper. And then here we go, we're gonna bounce off this right here, hit that gap so many times, and then I'm doing it here in the review, and I mess it up, and then I mess it up again here, and then I'm sort of, you know, ping-ponging off the treadmill and the elliptical, and then we're gonna go back upstairs. So you get a decent flight time out of this for such a small quad, also with the FPV camera on it and powering the LED lights. So really nice package with this Blade Inductrix. I'm a huge fan of this. I think everybody should pick one up. Definitely worth the money, and I cannot explain to you how much fun I've had flying this thing around the house. Flown it outside a few times, but it is my go-to quadcopter these days because you can fly it anywhere. And if it's raining out or if it's snowy out, see, I hit the gap there, hit it pretty perfect. Proud of myself there. And then we're getting towards the end of our battery here, so the quad's getting a little sluggish. Didn't really have the power to keep itself in the air here, and then I'm getting all kind of, oh, I need to go through the triangle one more time, and there we go. And I think the LVC warning is actually flashing here. A little bit tough to tell. Usually you can see it on the ducts there, definitely you can see it. So I'm gonna come in here for a landing, and there you go. Indoor flight around the basement race course I got set up. Hope you guys enjoyed that flight. Now I'm gonna give you my thoughts on the quadcopter itself. So if you look at it, definitely like the design of this one. So you got your camera right in the front here and 16 different video channels to choose from, and you can cycle through them just by pushing the button here on top. It says Inductrix on where the button is for the video channels. and that keeps it pretty protected, but you will kind of cycle through it a few times. If you crash and land right on the button, sometimes that will change your channel. But it also protects all the important components inside the board, the FPV camera, and things like that. And the ducts also act as very good protectors for the props. And also the ducted design makes it fly so stable. So huge fan of that design. And the ducts are very durable, but I have actually gone through one frame already, broken a few of the spokes here that kind of connect the ducts to the motor ports, and had one big chunk of one of the ducts taken out when I had a little crash with a Eachine QX95. We were kind of gotten into a little bashing session and we were hitting each other, and I came right down on one of the props, and I think that's what broke the duct on my first frame there. But I did fly that around for well over a month and didn't have any problems with it, and most of my problems with durability came after I tried flying it in acro, which is something you can do with this quad. A little bit tough to do it in my basement, so once the weather gets better, I'll probably take it outside and do a little bit more acro with it on a calm day, because the stock motors on the Inductrix here really only have power for a slight breeze, and anything more than that is going to kind of push it out of the sky and make it unflyable. It does come with a E-flite, I believe it's a 205 milliamp hour battery or something like that. It takes about 30 minutes to charge with the E-flite USB charger. And I've gone out and gotten these Crazy Pony 220 milliamp hour batteries, and they seem to give me better power. And they come in packs and 4, so it's going to keep you in the air longer having multiple batteries. So I definitely, if you're going to get this one, you're going to want to pick up more batteries. And the Crazy Ponies seem to be pretty good for me. I also have a pair of Tattoo batteries on the way. Haven't had a chance to fly them yet, but I hear they're pretty good. I will probably give you guys an update on that once I fly them. Also worth noting, there are a couple different packages. Mine was just the bind and fly, so all I got was the quadcopter, the battery, and the charger. No transmitter, no FPV screen, no FPV goggles. I already had FPV goggles and I already had the transmitter, so the quadcopter was really all I needed. But those of you out there that just want to get into this, and this is a very good quad to get into FPV with, you're going to want to either buy the package for $200 that comes with a transmitter, FPV screen, and the quadcopter, or you might want to pick up a cheap pair of FPV goggles like the Eachine 007s. They're only about 50 bucks or something like that. And then you're gonna have to get a transmitter. I actually have upgraded to the Spectrum DXE. That's about a $60 transmitter, but it is hobby grade style and it binds super easy with this Inductrix here. And I like it because it has the hobby grade feel. Feels like you're flying a much larger quad with this bigger transmitter. And for the flying I'm doing, I haven't had any issues with range or anything like that. So that's basically the 411 on the Blade Inductrix here. Huge fan of this quadcopter. And I'm gonna also give you guys an outdoor flight that I got in when it was pretty calm out, and also a line of sight flight so you can see it flying around more like I normally would review a quad. But I wanna get more into these micro FPV quadcopters, so you're probably gonna be seeing a lot more of these on the channel. So let's check out those flights right now. Hopefully we don't have too many problems with the wind here. It is a little breezy. And this one isn't the best outdoor flyer, but it's super fun. So a little orbit the tree, getting blown around by this breeze. I can feel it coming at me. So let's go into it, see if we can go around the flagpole. And we can, coming back at me with the wind at my back. And that's definitely, you could feel the power of the wind coming. Probably won't get too crazy. I have flown into these trees and through the branches and stuff, but with this wind, it's a little bit iffy. A little bit iffy. Whoa, getting close to the tree there. Let's see if we can go between me and the tripod. Yeah, barely. Nicked myself a little bit. That was kind of cool though. Let's visit the camera here. How you doing? Around the trees. Let's see if we can go to the road. Check it out. FPV transmission's good. So we're out here on the road. Going down the gully, my neighbor's front yard. Throttle, 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 there we go. Coming back at us. And here we are again. Huge fan of this. And I'm flying this with a third-party battery. It is the, I believe it's pronounced Craze Pony, but I like to say Crazy Pony, because that just sounds cool. Crazy Pony. So maybe we get brave and try to fly through one of these. Let me come around again. Definitely, it's just a slight breeze out today, but this thing feels it. This thing is, oh, got sketch right there. See that though? We made it through. And a little touchdown there, because the wind just picked up pretty good. Hi. I'm standing like this because I had illusions of flying between my legs, but I don't think it's going to happen. Let's give it a whirl. Oh yeah, look at that. Under the tripod. How do you like that one? And one thing about flying this outside during the day is it's tough to see your LVC. When you're flying around in your house, you can usually see the blinking reflected on the prop guards. But outside in the daytime here, not so easy. Between, oh yeah, oh, crash. And we got LVC. So a little underpowered once you hit the LVC. But there you go, a little demonstration with the Blade Inductrix FPV. Huge fan of this guy. You can fly it anywhere, indoors, outdoors on a calm day, in your basement, around your living room, annoy your wife, annoy your kids, annoy your dog. My dog hates this thing, but definitely a cool flyer. Check it out. I don't normally fly this line of sight, but I'll give you guys a little line of sight flight here just to see the guy, the little Inductrix in the air. So plug my battery in there, and those are those Crazy Pony, or Craze Pony. I like to say Crazy Pony, it just sounds crazy. So bind it with a DXE, and let's see, make sure we got picture here. I will record my picture FPV screen, my fat sharks here. So recording the DVR, and here we go, we are up in the air with Mr. Inductrix. Looks like a flying ghost from Pac-Man or something like that. What is it, Inky, Blinky, and Clyde or something like that? It's kind of what it reminds me of. But flies around nice. I mean, very comparable to, you know, what was it, the Furby F36 and the JJRC H36. But this one was one of the originals. You know, the original Inductrix didn't have the camera in it. And then the tiny whoop craze hit, and Blade was like, hey, maybe we could sell our own, instead of having people just build their own with our Inductrix. So there you go. This one will get blown around a little bit in the wind. Not a whole lot of power. You can upgrade the motors, and they even sell different flight controllers and stuff like that. I actually bought my own flight controller and upgraded motors. I'm gonna do a little tiny whoop build. So I'll probably have a video of some sort with that. Don't know if I'll post the actual build video. Maybe I will, but you know, you guys shouldn't be following my advice on building stuff, because let's be honest, I'm an RTF type of guy. Ready to fly. That's the way I like to buy them. Not a huge builder, but I figure I'll start small with something like a tiny whoop. Seems like a fairly easy build, and then go on from there, you know. Starting to really like the FPV. So can we funnel with this guy? You bet you we can. Getting blown over there by the wind, but nice little funnel. Let's give you a yaw demonstration. Not a super fast yaw. Obviously the wind is traveling that way, but so let's yaw it. Wind, wind, wind. So yeah, I mean, this one a little bit underpowered to be flying outside. It's got the camera, it's got the ducted fans, the ducted props. So it doesn't fly super awesome outside in a slight breeze, but it's one of the reasons why I'm upgrading the motors and stuff like that. And we got an LVC warning here. You get a decent LVC warning, so plenty of time to land it. So there you go, a little line of sight flight with the Blade Inductrix FPV. Really like this one, really cool flyer. Hope you guys enjoyed the video with the Blade Inductrix FPV here. I'm gonna have links in the description to the bind and fly and the kit version that comes with a little monitor, and I'll even put some FPV goggles in the description down there and everything, because you guys might wanna check it out. A little bit more expensive with this one, but it is tons of fun and it flies great, so I highly recommend this one. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to give me a thumbs up. It really helps out the channel. Comment if I missed anything with the Inductrix here, if you have any questions at all, and subscribe if you haven't already. So until the next video, happy flying, everybody.